Hello traders and welcome to ChrisFX. Today I have a strategy for those of you who love scalping and want to make every single minute of their trading count. So I came up with this spectacular 1 minute ultimate scalping strategy which is built for precision, speed and profits, guys. So let's dive straight into this strategy, guys, and how the strategy works. Let's talk about the rules first. The rules are very clear. First of all, you will need to be at the daily time frame, and I know this is a 1 minute scalping strategy. You will just look at one or two things from the daily, and then we're gonna show what you will be doing on the 1 minute time frame. You don't need to do anything special. I will show you. Bear with me, okay? From the daily time frame, you wanna find some form of bias plus liquidity, okay? This is very important. And then all we need to do is go down to the 1 minute time frame where we will just be entering the trade. So enter the trade with the rules that I'm gonna be showing you. Those two things are the only two things that you need to do, nothing more than that. So we will dive into the specifics of the strategy straight ahead. Now, this strategy, as I mentioned beforehand, takes into perspective the daily bias, of course. And if you know your asset very well, as an example, the asset that I'm using on a daily basis is Nasdaq. I'm trading Nasdaq exclusively. I'm teaching everything, but I'm trading Nasdaq personally exclusively, nothing more than Nasdaq. If we are to check out Nasdaq right here, as an example, when we were right here, and yes, I called it in the signals group, I'm gonna show you some proof right now. Here is the 18th of November 2024, as you can see, and I have posted this thing right here which says, before our live will take place in 1 hour, please, I said, take a look at this daily time frame on Nasdaq. Do you see a potential pattern being repeated? And even though we're not pattern traders, I said that if we look at past price action and we try to predict the future based on that and based on our experience, because I know Nasdaq from top to bottom, then you see that we will be waiting for a bullish bias right here, okay? And of course, the spectacular areas, which are not these areas that I have on the chart, but I'm teaching in the one-on-one mentoring. And I was referring to this exact area right here. Look at it one more time. It is the exact same area on the daily time frame. Fantastic. So our bias here was a bullish bias. If you want to double confirm with another extra confluence, in those 3 videos that I'm making right here, you have a volume imbalance from the daily. You extend that to the right, you see that price has stopped here, and besides the strong bearish pressure, if you have a little bit of experience, you will know that now price is more likely to go up rather than down. So how this strategy works now? Since we have confirmed, and I'm gonna show you another example, a bearish example after that. Since you have confirmed some form of bias, this strategy, guys, does not use fair value gaps of the 1 minute or order blocks of the 1 minute. It just uses the concept of liquidity. So we are exactly right here. I will highlight this low of this day over here as it is, and I'm gonna scale down to the 1 minute time frame so that we will see how we will be entering the trade and the potential of this free strategy. So from the 1 minute perspective, our low is this one exactly right here. You will tell me, why are we on the 1 minute time frame, Chris, and why are we not, let's say, on the hourly time frame? Right here, we don't wanna be on the hourly time frame, because you will see how we will be entering. This is the same low that I highlighted on the daily time frame beforehand. You see the low over here. So again, our bias is bullish for various reasons. Number 2, we scale down to the 1 minute time frame while we have highlighted the low of the previous day, the lowest point of the previous day. Since our bias now is bullish, we want to highlight the low, and we will be waiting for a very specific thing to happen. I will start moving forward with price action. What do you think is the thing that we are expecting to happen? If I go and move a little bit quicker, just for us to approach this point in price action, okay? there we go. The thing that we want to happen now is we want to grab the liquidity of the previous day's low. So if I keep going and going, there you go. We have grabbed the liquidity below the previous day's low. Simple as that. I do that, and this is all liquidity grabbed, guys. Now, the rules of this strategy are very, very simple. If price, as it broke below and grabbed liquidity below the previous day's low, if it goes ahead now and retraces, as an example with two strong bullish candlesticks, as an example, I'm gonna show you, don't worry. Okay, let's assume that price does something like that over here. Let me fix that a little bit. Then you will be entering right here with a stop loss below the area. If price continues lower, we still have a bullish bias, but we will go to the left and see if we have further lows all the way to the left. So the 1 minute time frame also plays a very important role here. And if I do that, if I scroll back, you will see that we have various lows all the way to the past. There is one low over here. There is another low which is exactly right here, and there are even more lows all the way down here, of course. Okay, so from Friday, actually, if I go ahead and extend this one and this one. Now, whichever one of these lows, since the prerequisite, let's say, was for us to go ahead and grab the low of the previous day, and we have done that already. But you saw price has not retraced instantly. Nonetheless, it keeps going down. Now, what we will be doing, we grabbed this low, this low, this low, and this low. Any retracement that we might be seeing, any strong retracement, one candlestick is never enough. Remember that. We will be waiting for a strong retracement. Then this will be enough for us to enter the trade. This now is already enough. Okay, this is enough to enter the trade right here. So if we would go ahead and enter the trade right here after all of those grabs of liquidity with a stop loss which is very nice, very conservative, you can even leave a little bit of space, this would be our trade exactly right here. You will tell me, Chris, you lost the trade, what are you doing? No problem, guys, I have highlighted all of my lows. I just want to see the lows being broken and price to retrace. If now it does the very same thing over here and shows me some strength, I will be entering over here as well. Will I be entering exactly right here? Not yet, but over here, this is a very strong candlestick, which I'm gonna be using in order to enter this scalping trade. It is scalping, it takes place on the 1 minute time frame. Now, the beautiful thing is that since my bias is bullish, since we grabbed the previous day's low and Friday's low, as you see over here, my case is even stronger. This is also exactly 9 a.m. New York time. This is a beautiful time for us to go long. We know that the algorithm at the 9:30 open almost always gives a very strong move. So, since we are entering exactly right here, if I go ahead and check out what the highest point from Monday is, this is the highest point from Monday. This is where the whole magic comes into play. So you can either go ahead and target all the way up here, and this thing in my opinion is kind of greedy to do, but you can go ahead easily and target this liquidity over here very, very easily for a 5-to-1 reward to risk. Okay, you don't even need to go all the way and target all the way up there. So remember here, we lost one trade over here if you recall, over here actually, down here that I'm showing you right now, but we entered again lower. And now this is how the trade is running, guys. This is a spectacular trading strategy taking place on the 1 minute time frame. Of course, you combine it, we do combine it with the daily time frame in order to have some bias, because if you have the bias correct, even when you are wrong, this is the important thing. As in this occasion, as we were wrong in this occasion right here, we still had such a strong bullish bias that I was not afraid, let's say, in this theoretical example, of course, over here, we were not afraid to enter over here. And you will see that in my signal service, again and again and again, as I showed you proof as well. I showed you proof from the 18th of the month, which is Monday, and on Tuesday those things happened, and of course I predicted correct trades in my signals group again, because I have a strong bias. And if I keep playing this thing, if we keep playing this thing out, you will see that eventually we also went and hit this target as well. This target would have been hit way before 2 p.m., and if I go ahead and extend that, let's see the maximum that this went for, and this is the maximum that this thing ran for. Okay, fantastic. This is the maximum that this thing ran for today that I'm making this video. It is a 9.29 to 1. Of course, I would be closing the whole thing over here or even sooner even, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you another example. I'm gonna show you a bearish example. And I don't know if I'm allowed to go all the way back, but I'm gonna try to do so. If I show you the very same logic now on the daily time frame, if you see this price action over here, guys, exactly right here, look what had happened. We had grabbed this liquidity over here, and then we retraced back down into this area. Now, my whole premise here is that I will be bullish in those examples that I'm showing you right here. Of course, I have a bunch of other reasons why I would be bullish here. And of course, I had highlighted tiny little areas within other areas, order block or breaker block areas that I'm teaching in the one-on-one mentoring, okay, or in the academy, or I'm showing in the signals. But this is besides the point. Since my bias here is bearish, with this strategy that I'm showing right here, this 1 minute strategy, I will be waiting for the exact same thing to happen. So I will be waiting for the high of the previous day to be taken, and I will be waiting for some form of retracement towards the downside in order to go ahead and enter. If I go down to the 1 minute time frame, as I said again, we will be waiting for this high to be penetrated and for a retracement. So I will keep moving forward and forward as I'm talking right here. Let's go to a higher time frame. I don't want to be wasting your time. Let's be done with it. There you go. Price is retracing, and let me now go back to the beautiful 1 minute time frame. And I'm very happy that it allows us to go all the way down to the 1 minute time frame. And off we go, we are on the 1 minute time frame. What have we said? We are waiting for a retracement back, a strong retracement, not just one candlestick, back into the area. Let's see, we want the body to close, okay. Very nice, this is the beautiful body that closed back into the area. And this one, we will be placing a stop loss. In my opinion, you should leave a little bit of space, more space, okay? Again now, since your premise is that we will be going lower, in this occasion, we will be going ahead and we can definitely go ahead and hit the low of this day for a 7.6 to 1 reward to risk. And there you go, you can let your trade run because you are convinced, okay, from the premise that you have from the daily perspective that our beautiful trade is going to be continuing towards the downside. So let's see if we eventually hit the low and grab the liquidity below the low of the previous day. And of course, what I suggest in those occasions, you place your trade and you let your trade run. Let's go ahead and adjust this thing. This goes exactly right here. One moment, guys. This goes exactly right here. Okay. And we let the trade play out. You can go ahead and leave your room, leave your house, go do something and let your trade play out. I don't even need to play that on the 1 minute. Okay. You can play it on a larger time frame. And of course, eventually we go ahead and hit our profit. As you see, of course, here, because we have to be realistic, the 13th, has stopped way earlier. So we entered this trade, if you look at the time, at 2 p.m. You should be closing the trade at, let's say, 3:50 to 4 p.m. in my opinion. So this would have never been the case. As you see right here, let's be realistic. You would be closing the trade over here where it is 3:50. Okay. So a 3.9 to 1 reward to risk would be fantastic for you. Okay, if you would close it later on, you would be closing right here, 2.8 to 1 reward to risk. So this is the fantastic strategy that I wanted to talk about. It is very simple. I will go ahead one more time and I will show you how it works. Let me go ahead and delete everything. Let's assume that you have, let's say, over here a bearish bias. Okay, let's assume that we are over here, exactly right here. And for whatever reason, for whatever you have seen, you have a bearish bias. You will be waiting for then the high of the previous day to be taken. And on the 1 minute time frame, when you see the retracement back down, once it first penetrates and grabs the liquidity above on the 1 minute now, and then it closes below, you are taking your trade with a stop loss a little bit above the area of the high, and you can assume that the low of this day is going to be taken, hopefully within the same day. Here, look what happened. Price came above for how many ticks? 180 ticks. You don't care about that. You would be entering. I'm not allowed to go back that much in time, but you would be entering somewhere around here, let's assume, when price retraced, with a stop loss of 290 ticks, no problem at all, and you would have gone for at least a 2 to 1, and until the bottom way more. This is the premise of this strategy. It is very simple. You can apply it definitely on various assets or different instruments. Generally speaking, I am applying my strategies on Nasdaq, and my strategies are intraday and scalping strategies. I specifically have two strategies that I'm using. One mechanical, which I'm calling the king, and it has a 60 to 66% winning percentage with a 2 to 1 reward to risk. But also my favorite strategy, which I'm combining with the king, my personal strategy, which I'm teaching in the one-on-one mentoring. It is a fantastic trading strategy, giving you fantastic results, way more than 85 to 90% winning percentage. I do have lots of break-evens, but it gives such a high winning percentage that I can't remember when was the last time that I lost, let's say, a day. I have lost some trades, but I have not lost within a day for the past few months actually, guys. If you want to enroll, I have all of the links down in the description, as also the best discount codes for prop firms, futures prop firms. You can check out the discount codes down in the description, or you can go ahead and check them out through my website. Also, be sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, ChrisFX. You turn the bell notifications on so that you will be notified every single time that I'm uploading a beautiful video such as this one. Like the video, share it with all of your family and friends. This is gonna do it for today, traders, and thank you all for watching. Until next time.